This is Sam Drinks Beer, and this is a beer review. So, today, we've got this. It is the original lemon meringue ice cream sorbet by Buxton and Omnipollo. Now, I've seen a few reviews of this, watched a few videos from other YouTubers, most notably Real Ale Craft Beer, who was very critical of it. So yeah, I've heard not great things. Its ratings on Untappd aren't terrible, but from a lot of people I've heard it's not really a beer. And another thing a lot of people have noted, and which I've noticed as well, there's not a lot, like it describes the beer as original lemon meringue ice cream sorbet, not original lemon meringue ice cream sorbet pale ale, which is what I believe it is, because if you look at more of the blurb, it does describe it as a ice cream pale ale. I believe there is lactose in it, so it is very much a milkshake pale, as they're called. So yeah, I'm interested to try this one and see if it's as unbeer-like as people are saying. So let's crack it open. So there's lots of sort of lemon on the initial nose as I open it. I had a Brew York When Lemons Give You Life extra vanilla the other day, and that was described as a lemon meringue pale. And there's also a standard version of that as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this compares. Yeah, just lemon. It's slightly tart, acidic nose. Get a bit of the sort of lactose as well. Good head, decent enough head on it, about a finger. Seems to be retaining it reasonably well as well. But yeah, lemony, very lemony on the nose, with a sort of tart acidicness, but not really getting any sort of hop profile or malt profile at all on the nose. But I mean, I've had other beers like this, so I mean, it's nothing new in the modern day of craft beers that aren't very beer-like, so I guess we'll see. So let's dive in. Cheers. Wow, that is odd. As with the smell, it's. I mean, to be fair, I'll give them credit. The body is good. You've certainly got the creaminess from the lactose very well. But yeah, it's lemony. I mean, I think others have described it as a beer-based alcopop, and yeah, I am sort of getting the vibes of sort of like a. I mean, if you took the body out of the equation, I am sort of getting the sort of WKD and what's the other one? Bacardi Breezer vibes from the flavour. There's just no hoppiness, no maltiness. It's lemon, fairly tart, a little bit of sourness and acidity. But I mean, I think if you put this in front of someone who maybe only drank I think maybe like a beer purist, you put that in front of them, they wouldn't think this is a beer. Your regular lager drinker, you put this in front of them, they'd think they're drinking some sort of alcopop or possibly even cider. Because you get a lot of sort of fruity ciders that don't really taste like cider anymore. But I mean, you can imagine a lot of people who don't like beer would enjoy this one. Because but yeah, it's very much like it's perfectly pleasant, I'll give it that. It's got a good body on it, but yeah, and to be honest, considering this is from Tesco's as well, it's not the cheapest beer in the world. I mean, okay, if it was from an independent bottle shop or direct from the brewery, £5 would sort of be an acceptable price, a price you wouldn't probably turn your nose up at. But for considering this was on a shelf in Tesco's, it was £5. You know, the only other beer that I'm aware of that is £5 in supermarket is the Imperial Kirsch by Vocation, and let's be honest, that is a 11% barrel aged cherry imperial stout, and it's an absolutely incredible beer that has no right to be in a supermarket, really. But yeah, it's an interesting one. That I'm struggling to make my mind up on, really. Like I said, it's perfectly pleasant, perfectly pleasant. It's got a good body on it. It's just not beer-like. It's like yeah. It's thick, orange. Can't see through that. I mean, I know New England IPAs you usually can't see through, but I mean, if you looked at this, it looks like fruit juice, doesn't it? Maybe not lemon fruit juice, but certainly. Yeah, I like the art. I've got that. That's good. Nice can for sure. It's an interesting one. I'm interested what ingredients. I don't know what hops or whatever are in it. It was only canned in Feb. So yeah, it's got look at the ingredients. It's got what usual water, barley, oats, wheat, lactose, lemon. So it is adjuncts. It's not like artificial flavouring. They are proper adjuncts. I'd imagine Omnipollo had more sort of a creative input in this than Buxton, judging on the sort of beer it is, if you can call it a beer, based on mainly on the Buxton beers I've had, because I haven't had that many Omnipollo beers, but from what I've seen and heard about them. But yeah, it's an odd one. It's a tough one to rate, really, because like, it's enjoyable, it does what it says it's supposed to do. It's just not very beer-like, and it's almost, you feel sort of, if it wasn't, maybe if the price point was lower, it'd be sort of teenage girls drinking it when, you know, on their first nights out, and yeah, like an alcopop. It's a tough one, really tough one to rate, because of, I think if I was to rate purely on how nice it is, it's how enjoyable it is, like not taking into account the fact it is a beer, I think we probably could be looking at 3.75 perhaps on Untappd rating, but if I was to rate it as a beer, then probably take 0.5. Don't get me wrong, right? I like the fact that there is this sort of diversity, it's real diversity, how the amount of sort of creativity there is in the craft beer scene at the moment, but it's... I think I'm going to be kind. I'm going to go 3.5 on Untappd because it is nice. And I suppose you got to give them credit because they have made a beer taste as accessible as unbeer like as this. And it must take some sort of... There must be some sort of skill to it. So I have to give them credit for that. Yeah, 3.5 on Untappd. That's my final score. I'm going with that. So yeah, review of Buxton Omnipollo's original lemon meringue ice cream sorbet. Bought from Tesco's for £5 British. If you like this review, obviously watch my others. I've been pretty prolific this week. I put one out yesterday of the Cloudwater one, and I also put one out the weekend. I might even get another one. I'm off work this week, so I'm just going full alcoholic, basically. And yeah, like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at SamDrinksBeer YT. Can have me on Untappd as well, SamDrinksBeer93. You can tell I couldn't get just the Sam Drinks Beer on everything. I could only get it on YouTube, and then I created the YouTube first. But yeah, thank you for watching. Cheers.